And so I'm watching the homes sold data set come up. This is our most direct indicator of what demand is like in the Utah housing market. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Christopher McGee. I'm the owner of Halcyon Real Estate, affiliated with the Keller Williams Market Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Today is the 4th of March. It is 36 degrees outside and snowing. And this is the numbers and the nuance. This is where you come every Monday to know exactly what's happening in Utah's real estate market. All right, and I won't bore you with numbers right from the start, just in case numbers bore you. Let me just tell you what I'm seeing in the market right now. And then if you really want to know what's going on, stay tuned for the charts and the graphs that show you where things are trending on all the data sets that I'm keeping track of. All right, so homes sold. This is one of the things that I track. Every week I'm looking at how many homes were sold the prior week. And this last week, that number shot up significantly. Over the last couple of months, it has been coming up steadily. And so I'm watching the homes sold data set come up. This is our most direct indicator of what demand is like in the Utah housing market. And it's clearly on the rise. Now, what will follow will be our average days on market coming down. And what will follow also will be our average home price, whether the listing price or the actual sold price, those numbers will come up. And how well our inventory can play catch up will decide how moderately that increase in home prices coming up plays out. Now, our inventory has been trending down really for the last couple of quarters. However, for the last few weeks, it looks to have possibly leveled out. And this week is no different from that. We're actually up this week than we were from the prior week, just a tiny bit, but it's not traveling down, right? And we're actually for the last 3 weeks just above the downward trend line that we've had over the last couple of quarters. And so if we can stay level, or better yet, if inventory can start to climb and our supply is better replenished, then the increase of home prices that we'll see in the next quarter will be moderated better. That would be ideal if inventory could catch up. All right, now if you want to know exactly what's going on, let's look at the numbers. Our inventory currently sits at 7,103. That's up just a bit, like I said, from the previous week, trending down, but you know what? The decline in supply we've been seeing looks to be leveling out, doesn't it? And the last 3 weeks of this data set, like I said, have been above the trend line. That's good. We're happy to see that. Average days on market last week was 58. That's down from the previous week. This is trending up. Our average list price the prior week came to $595,400, and that is down from the last week, and this is below 600K for the first time in a couple of months. This is trending moderately down. Now, our average sold price last week, not the average list price, but the sold price where homes actually sold at, came to $587,435. So there's a difference, as always, between what the homes on average are being listed at and at what price they sell. For the last year plus, they are selling under just a bit the price at which they are listed. This week was no different from that story that we've been seeing the last year plus. Last week, the difference between average list price and average sold price came to $7,965 in the buyer's favor, so sold that many dollars under, on average, what they were listed at. That's up from last week, closer to no difference between those two. And you know what? Our trend line here shows a moderate downtrend, but that's only because of the one anomalous uptick that we see on the far left of the chart. That was October 2nd of last year, and it isn't indicative at all of what this data set looked like prior to that date. Without that one data point, this looks like it's trending up to me, if anything, but maybe we call it about level for now, and we'll see what it does moving forward. Number of homes sold last week, like I said, shot up significantly, 643. That's up from the previous week, more than we've seen in the last 2 quarters, looking about level across that time, but clearly trending up since the beginning of this year. Number of homes currently under contract comes to 4,872, down just a little from the previous week, but clearly trending up. The number of price reductions that we had on homes last week came to 541. That's up from the prior week. This is trending down though. And last but not least, the number of listing contracts that were either canceled, expired, or withdrawn from the MLS came to 378. That's up from last week, and we're trending moderately down. That's it for this week. If you have any questions about any of the numbers that I went over or my take on them, thoughts, comments, questions, go ahead and hit me in the comments. I'd love to see your thoughts or questions. I'm happy to respond. And if you or anybody you know is looking to move, whether to buy or sell a home or invest in real estate, feel comfortable reaching out to me. I'd be happy to work on your team, represent you, or whoever it is you know that's moving. You know I know this market like the back of my hand, and I'd love to be on your team. As always, if you want to stay educated on Utah's real estate market, there's not going to be a better way than to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned with me week to week. You'll know exactly what the Utah housing market is doing. No guessing, no reading headlines that are a quarter or 2 quarters or a year old. You'll know what's happening right now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.